Formal. Hello and welcome to another video in my channel. Here I'll be taking you through the format, features and steps in writing a formal letter. A formal letter is a type of letter you write to people in official positions. It is also called a business letter. For example, a letter to the Commissioner of Education, a letter to a governor of a state, a letter to the manager of a bank, a letter to the principal of a school, a letter to the chairman of a local government area, a letter to the chairman of your school's parents forum. They are all referred to as letters that you can come across when you are talking about the formal letter. A formal letter has the following parts as shown in the table above: the address of the writer, the date, designation and full address of the writer or the recipient of the letter, salutation, title or subject, body of the letter, and then the complimentary close. In your answer booklet, the writer's address is written at the right hand corner, and below the writer's address is the date. You leave a line, then to the left hand corner of your answer booklet is the receiver's address, designation and full address of the receiver. You leave a line and then you have the salutation. After the salutation, to the middle of your booklet, you leave a line and then you have the title or subject. Of course, this is usually gotten from the question. The question determines what the title of your letter, your formal letter, will look like. And after that, we have the body of the letter, which will be written in paragraphs. And then the right hand corner of your booklet, after you finish writing the body of your letter, you have the complimentary close. So we have now seen how the format of a formal letter should be in our answer booklet. We are now going to look at the features of a formal letter, which we are going to come across in the table that we have now. The table above shows the features of a formal letter. From our table, we can see that the writer's address is at the right hand corner, which is well punctuated. Though we have two types of addresses, writing an address, the block or the slant pattern, we are using the block style, where all the words start on the same line. Address is written there and then well punctuated. After the address, you leave a line and then you write the date. When you write your date, the TH must be at the same level with the date, with the day you have written, and then after the month there must be a comma and then a full stop. Remember that your July, your month must be written started with a capital letter. And then to the left hand corner of your answer booklet, you have the receiver's designation and full address. That done, you leave a line. Just below that line, you have the opening salutation. This is a formal letter, and so the salutation is going to be "Dear Sir" or "Dear Madam." When you write your "Dear Sir" or "Dear Madam," there must be a comma after the salutation. And then we move to the middle of our answer booklet. You also leave a line and then you write the title or the subject of your question. This is usually gotten from the question that you have before you. Your question will determine what your address, what your title will look like. Now, if you write the title in capital, you don't need to underline it. But if you write only the first letter of each important word in the title in capital, then that means you have to underline. That done, we have the body of the letter. In the body of your letter, you remember that this is a formal letter. Most times you don't really have much, but because it's an examination question and you are supposed to write 450 words, this is where you have to look at the question and explain in details so that you can have enough points to write and be able to meet up with the 450 words that the question has demanded of you. Now, for the body of the letter, you must discuss those key points. Your first paragraph in the body of the letter will be the introduction. For the formal letter, you don't go into asking the writer, the receiver of your letter, how he's feeling. Go straight to the point. Go to the point the question has asked you. And then for your second, third, and fourth paragraphs, you now provide information and specific details as requested by the question that has been asked. That done, you go to the last paragraph. In your last paragraph, you now restate the reason for reviewing your request. You thank the receiver of the letter in anticipation for his usual cooperation. If you're asking for something, that's where you're going to let him know that you are waiting for a favorable reply. And then after that, you leave a line. To the right hand corner of your answer booklet, you have the complimentary clause. For the complimentary clause, WAEC, NECO, and NABTEB, there's a standard. You must end your formal letter with yours faithfully. Yours faithfully, which is going to be a capital Y, and the S in yours is not, there's no apostrophe before or after the S. And your faithfully starts with a small f, and there must be a comma after the faithfully. When you have done that, you now go to the signature. You leave a space and then you sign your signature. Below the signature, you write your name in full. The writer's name must be in full. And then there's also a need for you to write your official position, if there's any. But if not, when you write the question does not demand for you to write your official position, then you don't bother. But if the question demands that you do so, then after writing your name in full, you must write your official position. Now we have looked at the format, the features, and steps of writing a formal letter. You must also take note of the fact that, like the informal letter, the body of the formal letter carries the message. That is the answer to the question that you have been asked. Your points must be discussed in paragraphs. Each paragraph must have its own information with reference to the question that you have been asked. Work towards writing your points in different paragraphs. And since this is a formal letter, your language must be formal. Your language must be formal. Not only formal, but must also be polite. Your language must be formal and polite. In formal letter, you don't use contracted forms of words. You do not use contracted forms of words in writing your formal letter. With all these put in place, looking at the format, the features, and the steps in writing a formal letter, you are good to go by answering any question you are asked with reference to formal letter writing. It's going to be a walkover for you. Watch my video on how essay questions are set and answered to add to what you have learned from this video. This will go a long way in helping you to answer questions on formal letter writing. In my next video, I'm going to pick a past question, just like I did for the informal letter, and then treat it with you. I'll pick a past WAEC question, and treat it with you, just like I did in the informal letter. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Like and share with your family and friends. Click on the notification button so that you can be alerted when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video. Don't forget to share your comments in the comment section. Thank you and God bless.